We all know true crime shows can be exaggerated, so let's see what was false about Monster the Ed Gein story. The show has a plot line where Ed Gein kills his brother and then burns his body to cover the evidence. In reality, Ed Gein's brother Henry did die on their farm in a fire under mysterious circumstances. But something important to note is that Ed never actually confessed to this, and there was no official investigation that determined that there was foul play involved. There's an episode where Addison Rae plays a babysitter that Ed Gein then makes his next victim. There are also 2 hunters that he killed. In real life, these people did disappear, but there was no evidence that there was a connection with them disappearing and Ed Gein. Now, when Ed ends those 2 hunters, he uses a chainsaw. And this part was pure fiction. When Ed would end people, he would use a gun. And the chainsaw was actually a fictional element that they used to introduce Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because that was also mentioned in the show, so that helped tie those 2 together a little better. The show also fabricates a scene where Ed kills a nurse while he's locked up. And later, this is revealed as a hallucination. But in reality, they really did consider Ed to be a model patient. And there are many parts of the show that show this. The series also wrongly suggests that he helps track down Ted Bundy. And then we have the whole thing with Ilsa Kosh, the war criminal. There is literally no evidence that he was influenced by this woman. But I thought them having this in the show was a really interesting plot line. And their crimes were pretty similar and happened around the same time. Then there's the necrophilia. And the show alludes to this, but in reality, Gein actually denied doing any finagling with the corpses. He said he wouldn't because they smelled too bad. Right. That's why. And then there are all of his romantic relationships, like with Bernice, that was completely fake. And then Adeline Watkins, I'm gonna make a second video on because there's so much there. And that will already be up when this is posted. After his arrest, Ed actually told the doctors that he had never had an intimate experience before. So all of this was fabricated for the show, or just speculated. Follow for more horror and true crime.